Howdy y'all, it's Kate from The Lifestyle Lady. How are you? And today, being one of the last days in August, I thought I would do my vlog on my August favourites, non-beauty. So things I found and I've really enjoyed or discovered and liked this month. So I've got very little time because I can hear little Elle rustling around. Nap time's not her favourite time of day, so let's jump in. First thing I want to talk about, which is things I've talked about on the blog a lot, but it certainly deserves its mention in the August favourites, and I promise not to talk about it again for a long time. And I'm referring to my Emily Ley Simplified planner. I've discussed my Simplified planner in its own blog post. I've also talked about it in my high five things to keep me organised, so I'm not going to batter on too long about that, but I started this beginning of August, so it deserves a mention. It's certainly an August favourite. It gets used regularly in the lifestyle household. It keeps me on track, and it's an essential for me. I'm not a technophobe. I do have Cozy, as I've mentioned before in a blog post, and lots of other technology, but I find that the Simplified planner is a great way to keep me and my family on track, and it definitely deserves its place in my August favourites. So I said I wouldn't talk too long, but it leads on very well to my next discovery this month in August, and they were these notebooks by a Texas company called May Designs. And I think they're very famous. When I looked on the website, NBC, I think it was NBC, Oprah, they had lots of praise from other established bloggers, other established networks, televisions, reporters, etc. And so the reason I found out about these was because this lady, May Designs, and her website's www.maydesigns.com, and I'll put that in the blog. She came up with, in conjunction with Emily Ley, and produced notebooks for the Simplified planner. And so I got an email about it, and her designs were ones that matched the design of your Simplified planner, which of course I had to get. And I haven't got it with me. It's in my purse downstairs because I've already used it. And what I really love about May Designs is that she covers notebooks, stationery, photo books, all those sorts of things. It's well worth the look. And she basically, you can pick your design of notebook. She does notebooks, she does agendas, she does children's colouring books, she does loads of things. Graph rule, lined rule, plain, squares, everything and anything you can think of that you might want in a notebook form. So here is one of the notebook, excuse me, scratching my nose. Here is one of her notebooks. This one here, this one says on it, The Lifestyle Lady. So as you can guess, it has everything to do with this blog. I write notes about things that I want to blog about, all those sorts of things that I need to organise or arrange or get things to do, blog posts. And I chose this pink and white because I love pink and white. And you can choose lots of different designs outside. You can also choose different motifs for the front, different wording, great gifts, reasonably priced. It was beautifully packaged when I arrived, and you've got these lovely little thank you cards with them. And just really impressive. Came very swiftly. I can show you I can prove that I write, so there we go. And you can choose to have pink rule, blue rule, but this is what it's like inside. I mean, quite honestly, super duper gift for somebody. I think for most people. I mean, it doesn't have to be pink and floral. Great teacher gift. And I've already used both of mine. Used one for shopping lists, and just an excellent addition. So I think they reach, I think I paid like $20, but really good. And what's super, if you are a Simplified planner person, let me just show you, is that they fit very neatly. I'm doing this off camera to show you on camera. They fit very, I need to improve my, here's one I did earlier. They're designed to fit very neatly inside. Ooh, doing this so professionally. Inside the inside pocket of your Simplified planner. So obviously this isn't the one that matches the pattern. I do have the sort of dark egg blue or green mini dot one with my name on the front. and it fits in there perfectly. So super duper. May Designs, gorgeous. Really like her stationery, might do that for next month. Just lovely to find something fun. Love notebooks, love everything about stationery. You can personalise these, super duper. So that's a super duper second favourite for mine. I've already been using them most days, keeping me on track and organised, so super. Next one I found is, it's not really in the beauty scale, but it kind of is. And it's just this really sweet little cosmetic bag, beauty bag, travel bag. I'm not sure quite what you'd call it. I'd call it like a makeup bag. I found this in Nordstrom Rack the other day. I was in there looking for something, I can't even remember what. And I came across this. It was very reasonable, under $10. Very sweet, very small. And I'm a sucker for floral, and I'm a sucker for any little motifs. And this just says happy and free. And I just thought it was uber sweet and pretty. And still kind of wintry, because sometimes the floral can be very difficult to have. But the sort of dark grey background with the pink just gives it, it's pretty, but it's serviceable, and you can use it in the winter, because as I said just a moment ago, floral can sometimes be a bit too summery. So I was thinking I'll be able to get away with this. And I need to find a new cosmetics bag, because little L keeps getting into my current one, so I need to just step up basically. I need to get a padlock on it, because I'm telling you, what she's doing with my makeup in my purse is dearie me. But really sweet, really cute. They had lots of different designs, lots of different colours, great size, lovely and squidgy and soft. Little purchase for me. Like it very much. Haven't used it yet. Let you know how it is. It's a yes. Next on my list of favourites is these. Now, this is a candle I found. I want to say at Home Goods. I'm a bit of a candle fiend. I love candles. It's crazy. I don't know what it is about them. The packaging, the smell, they just make me happy. And I'm quite particular about them. And so I'm always on the sniff for a new one. And when I'm in Home Goods, I tend to have a look. Home Goods, Target, even more expensive shops that do them, I'm a sucker for them. And I think they make great hostess gifts, they make great gifts. They're just, a candle's lovely. It can be for a woman or a man, depending on the fragrance. This is quite masculine looking for me, to be honest, but the smell is divine. Now, I have some expensive Jo Malone candles, which I absolutely love, but for some reason, I'm always reluctant to burn them, because I think, oh my goodness, it's a Jo Malone candle, it's so expensive, it's so nice, should I burn it? Should I save it for a special occasion? Really, lifestyle lady, what special occasion is there to burn a candle, but to make your house smell great? So I'm kind of getting over that fear and loathing, and just lighting those wicks and enjoying the fragrance. But I wanted to make a special comment about this one. I'm only sort of like halfway through burning, and I've had it on religiously, and it's by a company called Aquiesse. Now, why is it I can only find products that have the most complicated names that make me look a complete idiot on camera, because I can never pronounce them correctly? I would say Aquiesse, Aquiesse. So if you know what that means, notes on a postcard. If you can pronounce that correctly, I'm sorry if there's a professional way and I have not pronounced it correctly, but I would probably say Aquiesse. And the smell is Moonlight Petals. Now let me show you. Now this is very sort of dark and sexy, sultry kind of glass for me. I'm normally very standard, clear glass, very light, beautiful. I don't like coloured wick. I like just, you know, I like my wax to be clear. I like everything just very, very plain, very simple. But when I open this out the box, the smell, which I'll reiterate is Moonlit Petals, is delicious. I wish I could just sort of kind of show, I could display the smell through camera, which obviously I can't. It doesn't smell of food or sicky, kind of, I'm not really into that. It's not heavily floral. It's just lovely. It is floral, but it's not like pretty floral. It's just, it's substantial. And what I really like about this particular candle is that I have it burning, and it really does make the house smell great. You know, you can spend a lot of money on candles, and they're a little bit style over substance, because either the fragrance doesn't last very long, or the wick isn't great for burning, and it spits, or it dusts the glass and makes black smoke circles on your ceiling, which hasn't happened to me, but I've seen it happen. But I've been altogether really impressed with this. And I think when the wax burns down, this is going to be quite a useful little canister. So again, the company, I will put it on the blog, is Aquiesse Moonlit Petals. And it says it's made in the USA. Really nice. So I wanted to talk about this because it's just a yum, yum, yum. So if you come across this in Home Goods, come across it in Marshalls, or you've come across them in another store, it's really worth buying. I haven't smelled any of the other fragrances, but this one, Moonlit Petals, it's a yum, yum. It's a keeper. It's a must. So it's an August love. Next thing I wanted to talk about was a lady that I've just kind of got look at the movement. Fascinated with, the Pioneer Woman. Now I've seen 1 or 2 of her shows on the Food Network. Is that the correct one? I'm not American. I'm still learning about these things. But on Netflix recently I've been watching her, Ree Drummond, and I've been understanding the obsession. So like her, I think she's great. I love her show. I love the way it's produced. She actually looks like she knows how to cook rather than, you know, making a sandwich. I love the fact that she's cooking for hearty people and that she lives out on a ranch. It's kind of all sort of exciting to me. To me, Ree Drummond is to food like Fixer Upper is for interior design on HGTV. Does that make sense? To me, she's just a southern lady, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble because she probably isn't, but that kind of lovely way about her. And I'm just learning to get into some of the serious American cooks. That's not because I don't think there are any. I'm sure there are lots, but I've grown up in Britain, so I know the kind of cooks and cookbooks to follow. I'm a cookbook hound. I have lots and lots. I have a whole IKEA bookcase of cookbooks. So I saw this and I was like, gonna give her a go. So this is the Ree Drummond, The Pioneer Woman Cooks, Food from My Frontier. Now I think this may be one of her first books. I know she's probably got several and I need to catch up because I'm way behind the curve. But I only purchased this morning, but we're still in August, so it's an August fave. I've had a little gander through and there looks like there's some really yummy stuff for my family. So I'm gonna give it a go. And what I really like about this book, and I probably give it a review when I've used a few of the recipes, is that there's pictures. You know, I'll just give you an example here. Here's one. Here's one. And I really like that. For people who don't like to cook or haven't got time to cook or, you know, are new to cooking, to have pictures is great. It shows you ideas how to finish it, how it should be looking. You know, I think some of these cookbooks are so off-putting because they just have a finalised picture of how it should look. And that can be pretty off-putting for some people. What I also really like about it, going through it very, very quickly as I did earlier, is that it has lots of different ideas. It's not just like lunch and dinner and dessert. She's got breakfast ideas. She's got lots of great ideas. Breakfast, lunch, soup, starters, party food, drinks, pasta, pizza side, sweets, canning. Oh, lovely. And she's such a fabulous photographer, and her blog is, well, it's like the mecca of blogs, isn't it? I mean, this is how she got started, her fantastic blog. And I am regularly on her blog. She's great. I don't know how she finds the time to do everything, but she does. So she's the example that we all need to live up to. So gonna give this a go. This is hitting an August favourite. I'm gonna make some of the recipes. I'll probably do a blog post on them. Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond, August love. Next thing on the list, and there's not many more left, is this. Now, the food. I found a food I loved. Now, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. It doesn't come easy to me. But you can't always spend your life being good. I've spent way too much of my life being good. So one day the other week when I was going around Target with little Elle, she was being less than angelic and I was trying to calm myself by not reaching for the bottle of wine and opening it there in the shop. That gives you some indication of the level of stress. I came across these, Brookside. Now Brookside to me reminds me of a English soap opera that ran many years ago, but those who are UK will know that. But I just decided to give these a try. Now I know that they do lots of different types. I've tried like the dark chocolate covered blueberries, they do other berries. And then I thought, I saw this, it was on special, I think it was 2 for $5 or something at Target, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's a deal. I love a deal. And so these are the Brookside Dark Chocolate Crunchy Clusters Berry Medley flavours. And I'm telling you, delicious. 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 You know, I find when I finally sit down at the end of an evening after dinner, whether I've got a glass of red wine or not, just have that slight sweet tooth, trying to cut out milk chocolate, told dark chocolate's better for you. Before I get loads of comments saying, oh, chocolate's not good for you, stop. It's dark chocolate. And I really like the fact that it's like little handfuls, you know, they're very small little pieces. And you can just take a handful and they can kind of curb that sweet urge if you have willpower. If not, the bag could go very easy, but the bag's beautifully resealable. Resealable. And so, yum, 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 yum. Absolutely delicious. So if you're going around Target, Kroger, they're everywhere. They really are. Give them a go. Yummy. Finally, I wanted to talk about something. I was trying to cover lots of bases, kind of organisation, cooking, household, all those sorts of things. So I kind of found my final item I want to talk about, which I can't bring upstairs, is something we purchased earlier in the month for Little Elle, and that was a learning tower. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with those, but I will try and import a picture somehow into this vlog. But a learning tower is a kind of platform that has 4 sides around it, so that Little Elle can be basically at my countertop with me making things. And I think they're hugely encouraged by Montessori, but we're not at a Montessori school. I've seen them online. I was trying to get hold of one in a second-hand sale. They're very difficult to get hold of because people don't want to part with them, because when you think about it, these things are useful from this age of like 18 months all the way up to 6 or 7 years. So really useful. It has platforms of different levels, and we got it a few weeks ago, and we have been using it lots, and Little Elle loves it. So if you were thinking about getting one, or know someone who's unsure about, you know, I got mine from Amazon. I think the one I bought, and there are several different makes, retails for about $200, so that's not necessarily a cheap outlay. So if you're worried about whether you'd use it, do you think it's worth the $200? I highly, that's my washing machine. I have the coolest tune on my washing machine. If you were thinking about getting one, I recommend it. They're really good. She loves to be up there, even when I'm cooking dinner. She's safe. She plays Play-Doh, or, you know, she's even buttering her own toast. But, you know, she's learning about stuff. She's watching me, and I know she's safe. I had her on steps before, and I was just always around her. She loves to bake and help me. You'll notice that I made chocolate and hazelnut cupcakes, and she was with me, and I didn't have the learning tower then, and I wish I did. And now I know she's safely in my kitchen. She helps me wash up. She's loving it. She's discovering and learning. And I know, as I said earlier, when you're making big outlays, you want to know, is it really worth it? You know, and you can't really try something like that. They're quite cumbersome, so they're quite large, and I can tell you some expletives have come out of mine and Mr. I know it's hard to believe, mine and Mr. Lifestyles, that, like, when we stub our toes, especially in the dark when we're going to bed, and oh boy, they're solid, they're made of wood, and it hurts. So it does take up a space in the kitchen, but it's really a great investment, and I know we're going to get heaps of use out of it. So that's something for the toddlers. Anyway, I've talked far too long about August favourites, non-beauty August favourites. Can't believe we're heading into September. Summer's going to be over soon. Lots of exciting things coming up on the blog, so please keep following, and see you soon. Ta-ta for now.